Coco Gauff shocks the world. $100,000. Gift to UNCCF for H.B.CU tennis. Scholarships. The ballroom of the new York Hilton Midtown was hushed in awe. Crystal chandeliers flickered above a crowd of athletes, philanthropists, and students as a 21-year-old tennis superstar took the stage. Coco Gauff, fresh from a career-defining season, stood tall in an elegant white suit, her expression poised yet emotional. No one quite knew what she was about to announce. The cameras rolled. The audience waited. Then, with a soft but steady voice, she said the words that would ripple through the world of sports and education alike. I'm donating $100,000 to the United Negro College Fund to create new scholarships for tennis players attending HBCU, because the next champion deserves a chance, no matter where they come from. A standing ovation erupted. Reporters scrambled for quotes. Students in the audience wiped tears from their eyes. And as Gauff smiled, her voice trembling slightly, it was clear this wasn't just charity. It was legacy, the power behind the gift. To understand the gravity of this moment, you have to go back long before the trophies, the commercials, and the global fame. You have to go back to a little girl in Delray Beach, Florida, who believed that the tennis court was a world where dreams didn't care about color or zip code. Coco grew up watching Serena and Venus Williams, not just for their power and skill, but for what they represented: possibility. She once said in an interview, "They looked like me, and that made me believe I could belong." But belonging was never easy. For every center court she graced, there were countless moments where she was the only black player in the draw, the only one in the locker room who knew what it felt like to carry history on her shoulders. Her father, Corey, often reminded her of where they came from. He'd drive her past the local parks where he first taught her to swing a racket with determination instead of privilege. You don't play just for yourself, he'd tell her. You play for those who never got the chance. That lesson stuck. The inspiration of a visit that changed everything. Months before her donation, Coco had quietly visited Howard University in Washington, D.C., one of the most prestigious historically black colleges and universities. H.B.CU in America. It was supposed to be a short visit, just a casual tour while in town for an exhibition match. But what she saw there and who she met would plant the seed for her $100,000 gift. The Howard tennis team greeted her like family. They shared stories of balancing practice and academics, of limited resources, of training on cracked courts, but never losing spirit. A young player named Alana, a sophomore biology major, told Coco something that she would later repeat in her speech. We don't have facilities that big schools do, but we play with heart. We just need one person. Believe in us. That night in her hotel room, Coco couldn't sleep. She looked up. H.B.CU tennis programs across the country, many underfunded, some on the verge of being shut down. She thought about what it meant to use her platform for more than endorsements or headlines. She thought about the girls who would never know how good they could be if they didn't have access to coaching, equipment, or travel support. By morning, she had made up her mind, a gift with purpose. Coco's donation to the United Negro College Fund, UNCCF, wasn't just a lump sum. It came with a clear mission: to fund tennis scholarships and facility grants across multiple HBCU, starting with Howard, North Carolina UNT, and Florida A&M. Each scholarship will cover tuition, equipment, and travel for student athletes who demonstrate both academic excellence and community leadership. We're not just creating tennis players, Gauff said. We're creating leaders who know how to win, both on and off the court. Dr. Michael Lomax, the long-serving CEO of UNCCF, praised her move as transformative, noting that few athletes her age show such understanding of systemic impact. Coco's gift does more than fund. Education. He said it sends a message that young black athletes can build bridges between excellence and equity. The UNCCF will name the program the Coco Gauff Future Champions Fund. The press frenzy. Within hours, the news exploded online. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok were ablaze with hashtags. Hashtag Coco Cara's hashtag HBCU Champions hashtag Surf for Change. Celebrities chimed in. Oprah called the move visionary. Serena Williams reposted the news on her Instagram story with a simple caption, "Legacy in motion. Proud of you, sis." Even LeBron James tweeted Coco out here, doing king things. This is how you give. Back. Crown flex biceps medium dark. Skin tone. For many, it wasn't just the amount that impressed them. It was who she chose to help. In a world where donations often go to already wealthy institutions, Gauff chose the underrepresented. She chose those with talent but without resources. The emotional backdrop, a letter to herself. Days after the announcement, Coco shared a handwritten note on Instagram, a letter she had written to her 10-year-old self. It read, "Dear Coco, one day you'll realize that tennis isn't just about hitting balls. It's about lifting others. You'll see faces that look like yours, smiling because you believed in them. Keep going. Even when they say you're too young, too loud, too different, you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to open doors." The post went viral, gathering millions of likes and comments. But beyond the digital applause, there was something sacred about the vulnerability in those words. For a generation of young black girls in tennis and beyond, it was a mirror, a reminder that purpose could be just as powerful as performance. A journey of conscious greatness. Coco's career has always had a social dimension, from protesting racial injustice in 2020 to advocating for women's sports equality. She's never shied away from her voice. But this donation marked a shift from speaking, change to building it. When asked by ESPN why she chose HBCU specifically, she replied, "Because history matters, because community matters, because there are players there who could be the next me." Closing scene. The court of tomorrow. Months later, Coco visited Howard again. This time, the tennis courts were freshly resurfaced, bright blue, with a small bronze plaque near the gate that read, "The Coco Gauff Future Champions Court, where dreams begin." She watched a group of young players rally under the afternoon sun. Their laughter echoed. Their energy was electric. As she stood quietly, one of the players called out, "Hey, Coco, want to hit a few balls?" She smiled, took off her jacket, and grabbed her racket. For the next hour, she wasn't a celebrity or philanthropist, just a player, surrounded by the very future she'd helped to create. And as the sun dipped below the D.C. skyline, the sound of tennis balls met the rhythm of something deeper, the heartbeat of hope, bouncing across generations. Epilogue, the Sir That Never Ends. Coco Gauff's $100,000 gift may have started as an act of generosity, but has become something far greater. A cultural milestone, a spark for systemic change, and a reminder that real champions don't just collect titles. They build legacies that outlast the applause. And as one journalist wrote the morning after the announcement, when Coco's server gifted the world, it wasn't just love, it was history. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share.